Part 1. Introduction to Cherry Blossom in Japan. Cherry blossom, or sakura, is the national flower of Japan and is a symbol of the country's identity. Every spring, people from all over the world flock to Japan to witness the beautiful spectacle of cherry blossoms in full bloom. The tree's delicate pink and white petals create a stunning contrast against the clear blue sky, and the entire landscape is transformed into a sea of pink. The tradition of enjoying cherry blossoms is called hanami, which translates to flower viewing. Hanami is a significant part of Japanese culture and has been practiced for over 1,000 years. The cherry blossom season typically begins in late March or early April and lasts for only a few weeks. The exact timing of the blooming depends on various factors such as weather conditions, location, and type of cherry blossom tree. During this short period, people gather in parks, temples, and other public spaces to enjoy the sight of the cherry blossoms and celebrate the arrival of spring. Part 2. The history and meaning of cherry blossom in Japan. The tradition of hanami dates back to the Nara period 710 to 794, when aristocrats would gather under the blooming cherry blossom trees to write poetry and drink sake. In the Heian period 794–1185, cherry blossom viewing became a popular activity among the general public, and it has continued to be an important cultural event in Japan ever since. The cherry blossom has a deep cultural and historical significance in Japan. It is seen as a symbol of the transient nature of life, as the blossoms only last for a short time before falling from the tree. This concept is known as mono no aware, which translates to the pathos of things. The beauty of the cherry blossoms is fleeting, but it is also a reminder to appreciate the present moment and find beauty in impermanence. Cherry blossoms also have a connection to samurai culture. In feudal Japan, cherry blossoms were seen as a metaphor for the fleeting nature of a samurai's life, as they were expected to live and die by the sword. The cherry blossom was also a symbol of the samurai's loyalty and dedication to their lord. Today, cherry blossoms are a popular symbol in Japanese art, literature, and film. They are often used to represent the beauty and transience of life, as well as the arrival of spring and the renewal of nature. Part 3. Where to see cherry blossom in Japan. Japan is home to many different varieties of cherry blossom trees, and each region has its own unique blooming schedule. Some of the most popular places to see cherry blossoms in Japan include Tokyo. The cherry blossom season in Tokyo typically starts in late March and lasts until early April. Some of the best places to view cherry blossoms in the city include Juno Park, Shinjuku Gyoen, and Chidoriga Fuki Park. Kyoto. The cherry blossom season in Kyoto usually starts in early April and lasts for around 2 weeks. Some of the best places to see cherry blossoms in the city include Maruyama Park, Philosopher's Path, and the Kyoto Imperial Palace. Osaka. The cherry blossom season in Osaka usually starts in late March and lasts for around 2 weeks. Some of the best places to view cherry blossoms in the city include Osaka Castle Park, Kima Sakura no Miya Park, and Expo 70 Commemorative Park. Hokkaido. The cherry blossom season in Hokkaido starts in late April and lasts until early May. Some of the best places to see cherry blossoms in Hokkaido include Goryo-kaku Park, Matsumure Castle, and Asayama Park. In addition to these popular destinations, there are many other places throughout Japan where you can enjoy cherry blossoms. It's important to check the blooming forecast before planning your trip, as the exact timing of the blossoms can vary from year to year. Part 4. Celebrating cherry blossom in Japan. Hanami, or cherry blossom viewing, is a significant part of Japanese culture, and there are many traditions associated with the celebration. People gather under the cherry blossom trees to have picnics, drink sake, and enjoy the sight of the blossoms. Many parks and public spaces have designated areas for Hanami, complete with food vendors and entertainment. In addition to Hanami, there are other cherry blossom-related events throughout Japan. Some of the most popular festivals include the Cherry Blossom Festival in Hirosaki. This festival takes place in late April in Hirosaki, located in northern Japan. The festival features over 2,600 cherry blossom trees and includes parades, traditional music, and food vendors. The Takato Cherry Blossom Festival. This festival takes place in early April in Takato, located in central Japan. The festival features over 1,500 cherry blossom trees and includes traditional dance performances, food vendors, and a parade. The Kitakami Tenshoki Cherry Blossom Festival. This festival takes place in late April in Kitakami, located in northern Japan. The festival features over 10,000 cherry blossom trees and includes boat rides, food vendors, and traditional performances. The Sakura Matsuri in Tokyo. This festival takes place in late March in Tokyo and includes parades, traditional music and dance performances, and food vendors. Overall, cherry blossom season is a beautiful and significant time in Japan. The blossoms symbolize the arrival of spring and the transient nature of life, and they are celebrated with Hanami, festivals, and other cultural events. Whether you're a local or a tourist, witnessing the beauty of cherry blossoms in Japan is an experience you won't forget. Part 5. Cherry blossom mentions in Japanese literature. Cherry blossom, or sakura, has played a significant role in Japanese literature for centuries. The flower's fleeting beauty and symbolism of impermanence has inspired many poets and writers, and it has become a symbol of Japan's identity. One of the most famous examples of cherry blossom in Japanese literature is the poem Ira Uta, written in the 10th century by an unknown author. The poem uses each of the 47 characters of the Japanese syllabary, and the first line is Iaro one Iaredo, Kairin Yuruo, which can be translated to the colors are fragrant, but they fall and scatter. This line is often interpreted as a metaphor for the fleeting nature of life, and it has become a well-known phrase in Japan. Cherry blossom has also been a recurring theme in the works of many famous Japanese writers, including Matsuo Basho, who is often regarded as the greatest haiku poet in Japanese literature. Basho's famous poem On a Withered Branch, A Crow Has Alighted, Nightfall in Autumn is said to have been inspired by the sight of a cherry blossom tree withering in the autumn wind. Another famous writer who incorporated cherry blossom into his work was Yukio Mishima. In his novel The Temple of the Golden Pavilion, he writes about a character who is transfixed by the beauty of cherry blossoms and sees them as a symbol of purity and innocence. Mishima also wrote a play called The Cherry Blossom Viewing, which explores the themes of love, loss, and the transience of life. Cherry blossom has also been a popular theme in Japanese art, including ukiyo-e woodblock prints and paintings. The famous artist Katsushika Hokusai included cherry blossoms in many of his works, including his famous series 36 Views of Mount Fuji, which features a cherry blossom tree in bloom in several of the prints. In addition to literature and art, cherry blossom has also influenced Japanese culture in many other ways. For example, cherry blossom motifs are often used in traditional Japanese clothing, such as kimonos and yukatas, and the flower is also a popular design for pottery, lacquerware, and other crafts. Overall, cherry blossom has played a significant role in Japanese literature and culture for centuries. Its beauty and symbolism have inspired many poets and writers, and it has become a symbol of Japan's identity.
왜 가셔요?